And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 4 of the 17 and Christian podcast. Hope you guys are all having an amazing Valentine's Day. Even though it's a little gloomy, a little rainy, it's alright. It's the day of love. I don't really know that much about Valentine's Day. I get my mom flowers. That's about it. But no, so Valentine's Day is really fun. Funny story that's not really funny, but kind of funny. Last year on Valentine's Day, this exact day, a year ago, my mom was actually in a car accident. She's fine now, but it's funny because it was raining on that day too, so it kind of just brings back some of those memories for me. But yep, exactly this day a year ago, my mom was in a car accident. And funny enough, today is Arizona's 107th birthday, so round of applause for Arizona. Good job. Yep. And I just thought about this, but a funny story about that too is in 2012, it was the 100-year anniversary of Arizona's birthday. I was, I think, 10. I was 10 at the time. And my elementary school, for some, I don't remember what or how, but there was an art contest, and you had to draw like something that represented Arizona from like 1912 to 2012. And you submitted it, and then like the city of Chandler picked it, and mine actually got picked from my school, which I just remember that. And then I remember something about, I don't remember anything about the ceremony, but I remember there was a picture being taken, and I was off talking to somebody else, and like I missed the picture, but then I quickly ran in to take the picture. That's all I can really tell you that I remember about that, because again, that was 7 years ago. But I remember I was coming up with ideas for what I wanted to do, and I asked my grandma, who is now 90 years old. I asked her, like, I don't know what to do. And so I broke the paper in half. So on the top half, it was 1912, and it was like farmland and I don't know, other stuff. And then like 2012, it was like all industry and like skyscrapers and buildings. And I remember I put a baseball field on there because your boy plays baseball. So like, how could I not put a baseball field on there? But it was just kind of funny. I don't draw anymore. I wish I did. I doodle. I don't know if that counts as drawing, but no, I don't draw or paint or anything like that. It's fun though when I do get around to painting, but I don't know. So that's my kind of funny stories I just got out of the way. I kind of want to quickly talk about why it took me, a couple of days to get into this episode again. I knew I said I was going to get kind of back into it, but last episode I talked about how I was trying out for the baseball team at my school, and long story short, I got cut. Pretty basic, pretty simple. I got cut. And there's no sugarcoating it. There's no good way going around it. There's some stuff that maybe I think why I might have gotten cut, but that's really not important. The important part is that, well, I got cut, and that was the first time that's ever really happened to me before. I wasn't expecting to get cut. None of the coaches, kind of warned me, hey, this might be a thing. All the players thought, we all thought I was going to make the team. From what I had talked to for coaches previously, they all thought, hey, I'll at least make JV, right? I at least figured I could make JV, but I got cut. And I got cut Friday after school, and I wanted to give myself some time to kind of grieve is a bad word, but just to kind of understand what happened and what that means. And these past couple of days have been really hard because, I'm some of my best friends are on the team right now, and, they're posting pictures of them in their uniforms and going on trips and practice and stuff. And it's hard knowing that I was doing that a week ago today, but I'm not now. And I don't know, I took a break my sophomore year from playing baseball because I was going through just a lot mentally. And at the end of my freshman year of baseball, I was more happy that the season ended than when I was when the season started. And for any of you guys that play sports, I don't think that's a good feeling to have. That's not something I want to have at the end of a season. I want to feel sad. I want to miss my guys. I'm going to miss being at practice every day. I was looking at baseball as a job, and I shouldn't have. And to be fair, there was a lot of stuff that led up to me, before freshman year of high school, and that's that's a 4-hour podcast in its own, and I try to keep these short. That's a whole other story for a whole other time, but I wasn't feeling very confident going into my freshman year, and I don't know, I was happy, and it's like I want to use the word satisfied, but that doesn't sound right, but I was happy that the season ended, and I didn't like that feeling. And then over that summer between my freshman and sophomore year, I went and filled in with the team for a couple of weekends and tournaments and stuff, and I had more fun with that team on those tournaments than I ever did all year playing baseball with my school. And it was kind of at that moment where I just looked in the mirror and said, I don't want to do this anymore. And it was pretty simple. It was simple as that. It was just kind of like, okay, well, I don't want to do this anymore. And let me just say this, I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of respect. And I was scared. I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. Baseball is my whole life. That's all I've been doing my whole life. And to not do that, I didn't know what to do. But looking back on it now, that was probably one of the best decisions I could have made for myself. And looking at this now, today, only 6 days after, there's going to be so many more things I'm going to be able to do this year that I just can't see it yet. It's just going to take a year. You know what I mean? It's something that when I say we, I mean like high schoolers, my generation. Something we struggle with is the process. And I always kind of laugh or smile when I hear the word process, because that's my whole life, man. My whole life has been a process. There's ups and downs and ins and outs and curves and bumps and bridges, and it's a process. Some days you're on top of the world, the next day you're digging yourself a ditch 10 feet deep. It's crazy. And we as teenagers or high schoolers or millennials or Gen I or Gen, thank you, that's what I was looking for. We struggle seeing things in the future. We struggle seeing, okay, this is going to pan out in 6 months. This is going to pan out in 4 months. This is going to pan out even in 2 months. Like, we hear 2 months and like our mind is blown. It's just like what? You're going to do something for like that's so crazy. Like, and it even happens to me because I was at a meeting on Sunday, which I'll talk about later, but I was at a meeting on Sunday and he's like, yeah, you guys are going to do this program for 6 months. And in my head, I'm thinking, oh my God, that's so long. That's 6 months. And then I kind of turn to look at myself and I go, you're an idiot. 6 months that's not long at all. That's almost short for what we have to do for this program. That is not a lot of time. And I'm realizing kind of right now that I haven't given myself time. And I know in like this past week, ever since Friday, I've had no motivation. I haven't wanted to do anything. I haven't gone to the gym. I've been eating like poo poo. I've been eating awful. I've been going to bed late. I've been playing video games. I haven't been doing homework. I've crashed. And I think right now is a time where I need to pick myself up and understand that it's okay. These things are going to happen. And for some reason, I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. And this is, I think, the whole point of the Christianity faith is that you just learn and you get better and you try and you just get better and you learn and it's like strength training, right? You go to the gym pushing weights. If you just bench press 45s every single day, sure, you'll get stronger for about 2 weeks, and then after that, you're not going to see any results. But some days you're going to struggle. Some days you're going to put on 2 dinners. You're going to struggle. But then you do that for a week, and next thing you know, boom, you're repping out 2 dinners, right? And it's easy. And I think I'm still just pumping. I'm still just working. Nobody ever is perfect. Nobody is perfect. And as somebody who likes to strive for perfection in things, that's hard for me to understand and grasp. And so I've been really kind of letting low on myself this week, and I'm trying to pick up on it. And I think doing this right now is good for me, and I'm going to try and keep doing it. And I think that sitting down and being vulnerable in front of people plays a huge role in my life of just feeling better about myself. And I know that sounds really arrogant, but it helps me feel better, and I hope that it'll eventually help you feel better, because maybe you are going through a good time right now. Maybe, you got all things in life going, but believe me, like that, it can be taken away from you. And if it is taken away from you, just understand that there's a reason, there's a purpose behind what happened to you. God's opening God may shut one window for you, but he's opening up a brand new window for you. You may not see it today. You may not see it in a week. You may not see it in a month, but eventually you'll see that window, and that window is huge. All you got to do is just jump through it. And so I'm just kind of rambling, but I'll get moving on. So my good thing of the week, let's see. My good thing is I had a meeting about this program I'm involved in with my church called Influencer, but it's spelled weird. It's spelled INFLU, like there's no, I don't know how to spell it. It's like influencer, like INFLUNSR. I think so. Anyhow, it's this new youth program where we are going to be putting together a youth ministry, and we're going to be leading, we call it Takeover, but it's basically small group / Sunday school / like another church for high schoolers and junior hires. And basically what the point of this is it's for us to become better leaders in around our community, to grow closer in our faith with God, and to help serve other people and start a youth ministry. And I've been asked to help start that, and so I'm really excited about that. That's going to be really cool. Today is Valentine's Day, so today's always a good day. I always appreciate my mom on this day, and my sister. They're both amazing people, and I love my mom very much. My mom's my rock, man. I don't know what I would do without her, and I'm very blessed to have her in my life. So always appreciate her on Valentine's Day. And yeah, I've been feeling good today. Today's, even though it's a gloomy day, you can feel down about yourself. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done. These are just kind of the days for you to pick yourself up, kick yourself in the butt, and say, let's go. Let's get after it. Let's attack it. And I think that's what I'm doing today. I'm attacking today as it is. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. I'm hanging out with Maddie tomorrow, so that'll be fun. This weekend I have a practice AP test on Saturday, so it'll be fun. It'll be a good week. I'm excited for it. But we'll move on. So we'll move on to worship. How about that? Cool. So my worship song of this week, I guess it's not going to be a week anymore. It's going to be like this podcast, this episode. I don't know. Yeah. So the worship song for this episode is called The Secret Place. It's the acoustic version though. So The Secret Place Acoustic by Phil Wickham. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. If it's not, I apologize. But yeah, it's a really good song, and it talks a lot about, it talks about how you go to your secret place and how he's always there for you. And I don't know, man. It's such a soulful song. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but acoustic songs always sound better to me. They sound way prettier to me. And there's just something about there's something about Phil Wickham. His songs are absolutely gorgeous, but two, there's just this song about music. This song really speaks to me, and just kind of in this moment where I need to be reminded that that it's okay to trust God in this moment, in this time of need and of struggle. And funny enough, I got asked by my friend of mine, why do I include worship songs in my podcast, or why do I talk about worship? And we talked about this at Sunday small group, and it was kind of funny because we all agreed to this, but there's something about listening to worship music that's just so uplifting. It just makes you feel so much better and so much closer, and just it has such a better influence on you than some of the dumb stuff that's getting put on the radio today. And there's there's something about like the music we listen to at like my church, the music we play at our church before our service, is that like the thing for me is I can feel the music. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but for those of you guys that have like been to a concert or have played in a band before, maybe you know what I'm saying when I say you can feel the music. Like you can feel the bass of the drum just vibrating through you. You can like feel every guitar pick. You can feel the vibrations of the voice that are going around you, and it just sounds so amazing. And there's no other feeling like it. There's nothing else like it. And the only way I get that feeling is with worship music. And I think that is important because God calls us to sing. You know, He wants us to sing. He wants us to praise Him. And our pastor says this thing about music, and I absolutely love it. He said, music takes words where mere words can never go on their own. I'll say that one more time. Music takes words where mere words can never go on their own. I absolutely love that. I think that music is such an important part in our lives, especially as somebody like me. I listen to music all the time. I listen to music whenever I'm doing homework or going between classes or driving to school or driving home from school or driving to the store, whatever. I listen to music all the time. Music is just something I have just playing. I don't even realize I'm listening to it, but there's a choice that can be made there between listening to some of the like rap that's going around that talks about guns and, you know, gangs and sex and violence, and like there's a song called Murder on My Mind. Like, no offense to you, if that's your kind of music, awesome. That's not the kind of music I listen to though. And I think that is so important that what we pick to listen to is just super, super important to us, because we all remember songs. Like there might be a little tune that plays throughout your head. Like today, we were doing this thing at my school. They're called saxigrams, like a saxophone gram. So you pay like $3, and they come into and you deliver what's called a saxigram to a person. They come into that person's classroom and they play different songs. And God dang, I can't remember the name of the song, but it's do 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 do. Like I know this sounds bad, but it's out of key, whatever. And I have that song playing through my head all day. I have that little tune playing through my head all day. But I don't know about you. I don't remember the last time I had a sermon playing through my head all day. I just don't. I listen to sermons. I love sermons. I love listening to people talk. I can listen to people talk all day long. But I don't remember the last time I had a sermon playing through my head. I have a song playing through my head all the time, though. And I think that music is so important to us, and especially this song, The Secret Place. It speaks to me, and it gives me that feeling again, and I think that that's so important. And I really do suggest that you guys listen to it. It's a fantastic song. I enjoy it very much. So yeah, that's kind of worship. I think that's all I wanted to say for worship. So we'll get on to Bible verse, I guess. Yeah, we'll hop on a Bible verse. So let's hop into the Bible verse for today. So the Bible verse I wanted to talk about today, well, there's actually two I want to talk about today. The first one is, I dropped my bookmark. The first one is 1 Corinthians 10:31. And 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whether therefore, again, sorry, I'm going to preface this again. I have the King James version of the Bible, so it's a little bit more, I guess, proper English. I don't know the word. So it sounds a little bit weird, but you guys still get the main idea. So it says, whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do all to the glory of God. That one's pretty straightforward. Whatever you do, eat, drink, sleep, breathe, you do it all for the glory of God. I mean, he gifted you everything. You came into this world with nothing, and you frankly leave this world with nothing. He gifted you everything. He gifted you that drink. He gifted you that, that snack or whatever, those potato chips you're gnawing on over there. He gifted you all that, and then whatever you do for the glory of Him. And I haven't really done that this week, and I've kind of struggled with that this week. And that's something I want to push myself to do a little bit more, is to do all things for the glory of Him. And whatever I do, whether it's minuscule or not, how small it may seem, it's the little things that get us through the day. Like making your bed in the morning, brushing your teeth every single day, showering, putting your clothes away, whatever, right? Doing the dishes, helping your mom out around the house, vacuuming your room, cleaning your bathroom, stupid little stuff throughout the day adds up over time. Everything we do is for the glory of Him. Because then one day when we get faced with that big, huge challenge and that big, huge opportunity, we're ready for it. And I think that I wasn't necessarily prepared for what was going to happen and what was asked of me. And I think that I was taught that lesson is that I need to do everything I do for the glory of God. And I frankly, I wasn't playing baseball for the glory of Him. I was playing it because I was selfish and I was arrogant and I wanted to do what I wanted to do, not what God wanted me to do. And I understand that now. It was hard for me, but I understand that now, that what I'm doing today, what I do tomorrow, will affect me what I do in a week, what I do in a month, and frankly, it'll affect me whatever I do for the rest of my life. And I want to make sure that I do everything with a purpose, and that I do everything through the glory and the power of Him. So that is 1 Corinthians 10:31. The second verse I wanted to talk about is 1 Peter 4:10. 1 Peter 4:10 says, "As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of God." Serve other people. Serving other people is huge in the Christianity faith. And, I serve people in different ways. I help serve and lead worship and a large group at our school, for our Sunday school, for our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. I do this podcast. I used to do the blog. I'll start doing the blog a little bit more. I haven't done the blog much lately. But on my Twitter, I post daily Bible verses. So if you're in the need of that, go hit up my Twitter at, I believe it's 17_and_Christian. I will look though. Let me look right now. I don't remember exactly, because I remember somebody actually had the username 17_Christian on Twitter, which I was very surprised about. But so Twitter is 17, so 17_and_Christian. Instagram is just straight up 17_Christian. Same thing with the YouTube. Everything gets posted everywhere. You guys all know the gist. So if you're curious, go on Twitter, post daily Bible verses on there. On Instagram, I talk a lot about what God has taught me each and every day, which I think is different from Bible verses, because Bible verses you can talk about whenever. But I think reflecting on what happened in that day and what lessons you learn are really important, because they are what take you through the next day. So serving people different ways, talking about your testimony, having other people hear your testimony is huge. It's huge. Speak about it. Tell people about your life. Tell them what's going on. It's you. God created you for a purpose. He created you for you. He created you to be a son or daughter of Him, a child of God. Be that child. Speak to people, talk to people, share your testimony. And if somebody is curious and asks you, hey, I'm not sure about this whole Christianity faith, don't just invite them to church. You are the church. Speak about it. Speak what's going on. Speak about your testimony, about the time you got baptized, about the time you truly understood what God's, creation was, about the Holy Spirit. In I think 2 weeks, we're having another set of baptisms at my church. And all I've been talking about is the time I got baptized. People are asking me, how is it like when you got baptized? How is it this? How is it that? My baptism changed my life. I touched on it in the first episode. If you haven't listened or watched it, there's a video on YouTube too. Go watch it or listen to it. I talked about it. Me getting baptized has completely changed my life. It is an experience unlike any other, and unlike one I will ever be able to describe to anyone. It is amazing, and I share that with people, and that's how I serve people on the daily. I serve people, saying this, saying that. My friend needs help, I'll talk to him. Just being a good listener. Anything you do throughout your day serves other people, and anything you do is for the grace of God. And by serving people and doing everything through the grace of God, man, there's nothing you can't do. You can do anything you want in this world. And I think that's really important for us to realize. And that's important for me to realize right now too. And I think I understand that I can do so much more. I know I can. I know that there's so much more I can accomplish in the day. And it can be hard sometimes. But I need to understand that I need to, serving people every single day, reading my Bible every single day, doing everything I do from the moment I wake up, from the blessing of God of waking me up to the moment I fall asleep. Everything I do throughout that day is through the grace of Him. And that's kind of all I really wanted to talk about today. I'm glad I kind of got all that stuff off my mind. I've been thinking about that for a while. It's been kind of eating at me. But I'm okay now with what happened. Sure, it sucked. But there's going to be things that suck in life. And if this is the worst thing that happens to me all year, that I didn't make a high school baseball team, I had a pretty good freaking year. I mean, pitchers and catchers reported yesterday. I'm starting a brand new, beautiful relationship. I'm, hanging out with friends. I've got amazing people in my life. I'm growing closer and closer to God every day. I'm making an impact. I'm serving people. I'm helping my church. I'm, starting a new leadership team. I'm applying for college in less than 5 months. I'm going to be a senior. There's so many things I get to do. I'm going to the Dominican Republic in like 4 weeks. A month from tomorrow, I leave. I leave a month from tomorrow is when I leave for the Dominican Republic. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's so many things I get to do. And I'm not going to let one little baseball team stop me from doing that. So thank you guys so much for listening today. Like I said, or I haven't said it yet, but typically I close out in prayer, so I'm going to close out in prayer again today. So if you feel free to join me, you're more than welcome to. But if you are going to skedaddle, I thank you so much for listening and staying all the way to the end. But so here we go. Lord, I just want to say thank you for today. Thank you for all the blessings you give us every single day, even the ones that we don't realize that you do every single day for us. Thank you for teaching us lessons. Thank you for showing us that something maybe we wanted to do isn't exactly what you had planned for us. Thank you for giving us strength and courage to get through the moments. Thank you for allowing us to just grow closer to you and your Son. Thank you for helping us serve people. Thank you for calling your peace upon us and just being a secret place that we can go to and have faith in. Lord, I ask that you watch over everybody and give them strength if they're dealing with anything right now. Give them courage and give them foresight that they can trust you. In your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys so much again for listening. I will talk to you guys all very soon. Peace out.